Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Player profile time for Cardinal Mooney basketball. However, we've got a multi-sport athlete who is multi-talented and very, very, very good. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Rocco Turner. Rock, I mean, when you're thinking about what legacy you've already left behind at Mooney, what is there left for you to kind of scratch off the old bucket list?
I think there's always more to do. I only got basketball left, so I think getting to state would be like the top check.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
But you've already won a state championship, right?
Yeah.
So, is it one of those situations where that's an expectation now and everything you do is, okay, you know what it feels like, you know what it takes to get there? What is it going to take to get there in basketball with your brothers?
I knew what it took for golf, but that was more of on an individual level. Basketball more of a team level. So, I think we have what it takes if we just trust in each other and build.
I mean, you guys have had a resume full of success just on the basketball team. For you, what things have you kind of stepped in a leadership role like this year, and what things are you teaching even your senior classmates, let alone the underclassmen?
Yeah, I started playing varsity sophomore year, so it was kind of like a little brother role almost. Like I just kind of listened to what they told me to do, go where they told me. But then, they start graduating, you start getting older. You start to talk vocally more, you're a leader. And then I think really the biggest difference is the leadership off the court. I think that's where it shows more than on the court because I think anyone can talk, when the lights are on, but it's harder to do when no one's watching and it's just you and your teammates.
I was really impressed in the Mooney-Ursuline game when the communication that you had specifically. I mean, felt like you were always talking to Coach, making sure that everybody was on the same page. What kind of relationship have you built with Coach Palermo over the last few years?
Oh, me and Coach P, we're like best buds. We go at it sometimes, but at the end of the day, there's no one I'd rather have in my corner than him. And I just know he's always going to be there for me, and it's just the trust level again on and off the court.
I think it's cool because you can only get into those tiffs with people that you trust, right? Yeah. You're never going to argue with someone that you don't care about their opinion. So for you and Coach to have those arguments or getting those high friction debates, do you understand that it means the trust that he has in you has to be through the roof, right?
Yeah.
So from that standpoint, you were a leader basically when you walked onto that varsity court. What have you learned as a sophomore, junior, that has led you to be the senior you are and the leader that you are? Like, what other leaders along the way have kind of molded and shaped you?
I think every coach for sure. But then player-wise, I think definitely Mick. He was probably who I looked up to the most when I first got to the varsity level. And him being a point guard, too, that's just kind of like a natural leader on the court. I think Jack Pep definitely for sure. And then just all the seniors, too. We're all just, we're not scared to yell at each other. At the end of the day, we know it's all love.
What's the biggest thing that you've learned about yourself along the way?
I think you can achieve more than you think you can if you actually just believe. Yeah.
Fair enough. Are you going to write that in a book somewhere? That's a pretty solid quote, dude. You, my friend, are, I believe, related to everybody I know. Like, everybody I talk to, they're like, oh, yeah, that's my cousin. That's my cousin. That's my cousin. Family must mean a lot to you because you've got a lot of it. So when you're talking about and you're thinking about your family, what's one of the things that stands out to you?
I just really, no matter where I go, what I do, they're always there, and they always make it known that they're there too. So there's really no question in the trust and the love with them too.
Talk about mom and dad, and talk about what they mean to you, and just essentially, why you are the way you are.
Yeah, they're crazy first of all. They're definitely
crazy. Did you hear that, Dad? You're crazy.
They're crazy, but I think the craziness and the expectation, you get better because of that. You don't want anyone that doesn't expect a lot from you. Yeah. You don't get better that way.
What are the expectations that your family sets on you? Is that why you have risen to be who you are today?
Yeah, I think for sure, and it's expectations too. But again, when you don't meet them, it's them always being there and building you up too to get better. And I kind of like the quote my mom always says. She says, "Second place is the first loser." And no one wants to lose.
That's a harsh quote.
Yeah.
That's a harsh quote. There's a lot on that. There's a lot of sauce on that, man. You live by that?
Yeah.
No kidding. All right. So you've got a signing coming up. Are we allowed to say where you're going?
Yeah, you could say it.
Okay, you say. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna steal your thunder. Where are you going? What are you gonna do?
I'm going to YSU to play golf.
Stud. He's going right there to play golf. Rate your sports, best to worst.
Uh, Golf is definitely, I think, number one. Yeah, it's kind of
Fair.
hard to debate with the state championship.
Right, but listen, like you are a really good basketball player, so I could have seen you going the other way and saying, "Hey, I'm a really good basketball player, but I just got lucky in golf." One of those things.
Yeah,
You're
I think it's the
staring
other
me
way.
down.
I think it's the other way. I
Really?
think I'm a good golfer. I think I got a little lucky with basketball.
No kid.
Yeah.
Okay, so golf training in Ohio, there's a lot of people that are going to look at you and go, "Wait, you're from Ohio and you play golf? How does that work?" Because you're only getting what 3-4 months of good weather some
Yeah.
years. How did you get to where you are in golf to get, to be on a Division I golf team?
Yeah, you definitely got to make the most out of the good weather you have and the good days. But it's just really, like, especially on those good days, it might take more than just one rain session, 18 holes. You might have to go play an extra 9 or go hit another bucket of balls. But then after, too, super thankful for my grandparents. They have a house in Florida, so I go spend some time with them in practice. My other grandpa has a golf simulator for me in his house.
Jeez, oh man!
So,
You are Tiger Woods. You were that guy.
yeah, I'm just super thankful for them and the opportunities they give me to get better.
I mean, you've had opportunities, right? But you've battled through adversity. What are some of the adverse times that you thought, "There's no way I'm going to get through this"? You end up stronger on the other side.
I think really this year, the state tournament in golf, I shot I think 81 the first day, and it was my worst round of the whole year. I didn't shoot in the 80s the whole time, and I really just kind of took a moment after, and I was kind of almost in disbelief that that's what I did, because I had expectations, and I knew I could do it again to go back to back, and that round kind of put me basically out of contention. But it's just you look yourself in the mirror, and it's really just pride, and I had too much pride to go out and just play bad just because I was out of it. And then I shot the best round of the tournament day 2.
Lights
So,
out.
Yeah, that was kind of the turning point, yeah.
I mean, do you have a quick switch? Like, do you get mad quickly? Do you get mad at yourself? Do you get mad? I mean, mad at anybody real quickly, or do you have the patience, or have you learned to become patient?
I mean, I'm patient, but I think it really, especially in golf, if you get mad, I think the biggest thing is not showing it. Because you don't want anyone else, spectators, your playing partners, you don't want anyone else to see that. And then also just using the anger and stuff to play even better, push yourself even more instead of building on mistakes, just mistake after mistake. And then it just gets to a point where you can't play anymore. So that's really the biggest thing.
Live Tour, PGA Tour.
PGA,
Oh, why?
politics.
I love it, dude. I love it. All right, before we go, last question I have for you. Knowing that you have a loving family and they mean a lot to you and you mean a hell of a lot to them, give me one characteristic of mom, one characteristic of dad that you're super proud of that you have inside of you.
I think mom, it's probably her competitive spirit. Like I said, second place, first loser. So she definitely does not like to lose, whether it's at her job or at home or watching us. And I think dad, just kind of always showing that family's first, and that no matter what you do, even if you don't succeed, that there's always going to be family there for you.
Rocco, can't appreciate you enough, man.
Thank you.
Congratulations. We're super proud of you. Rocco
you.
Turner, right here on YSN. Back after this.